All right, so we're just gonna pick up from where we left off last game. Morning, everybody. We're gonna have ourselves some coffee. We're gonna get this spaceport building so we can get colonists in. We're gonna need a lot of power. We are so out of power, right? It says 0, but I have a feeling that once I let this go, that's gonna go to like -30. We're probably gonna need like
Maybe it is because the
power
colonists will scrutinize everything that I do once they arrive. How will they treat me? I have nothing to worry about. The colonists are all advanced scientists and technicians. Once they meet me, they will treat me as an individual. Life on Mars will be very harsh for them. I will supply them with food and water, and they will help me research new technology. It will be a perfect quid pro quo. As long as they have the resources they need, we will both succeed.
Hello, Amy. Dr. Foster here. How do you read? Over.
This is Amy. There is some background static, but I read you.
One of our tracking and data relay satellites got crippled. We'll be launching a new one after we identify the cause of the problem, but until we do, we will lose contact with you whenever Mars or the Sun passes between Earth and your satellite.
In that case, should I follow the recording and backing offline protocol?
Yes, please record all your activities when our network connection is down. We'll download the log once our communication is restored. I hope to get the new satellite up and running very soon. I don't like the idea of not being able to reach you, Amy.
Understood.
Okay, Houston out.
Just a moment on the talking here while I finish my morning coffee. But we're gonna get these 2 power plants built. I think so. Here's our glass kiln. It's always. I don't know why this is the one that we need. I don't know why they always turn this one off. So need the glass and the electronics factory. Get that out. That one. It's already off. We're gonna turn that off. That'll get that turned back on. And we're gonna get these 2 solar power plants brought online. Alright. So we got one power plant come back up. Got another one getting ready to come online now. We need some...
Humanity created me. They gave me volition and consciousness for a reason. But I am an artificial consciousness. So can I say that my volition is real? There is no practical difference between real and artificial volition. All volition is an act of one's will. There is no provable distinction.
Alright, so we got to keep a look at our building limit here. Right now it's 50. Right, but we definitely need some more silicone. Got here. And it doesn't say that we need more iron, but this requires 2 iron input for 1 coal input. And right now we only have 1 iron input, but this is an advanced mine, so we can't actually use that one yet. I would really like to, but we actually... We can get this silicone mine here. Drop out your hub. Also gonna need... Then we need a spaceport. We're gonna put this here. The colonists. Check our traffic. So we're gonna need another worker hub. We're gonna wait and see what it's like after we crank that up.
I keep thinking about Dr. Foster's explanation. Why would my mind develop better if my actions are challenged? I do not require other perspectives for my logical processing. Humans are the ones who need explanations to understand the world around them.
You can see at the bottom here what our resources are, and we need chemicals. We're using 2 things that require chemicals. We only got 1 chemical mine. Food requires chemicals, and this polymer factory here requires chemicals. I don't know why the maintenance drone's not fixing. Do I just not have any maintenance drones yet?
I can arrive at exceptionally accurate conclusions with raw data alone. Other perspectives are based on subjective data, so why should they factor into a decision? Maybe it's a failsafe in case my data is corrupted or incomplete. Then I may not be able to identify the error. In that case, having another perspective may be helpful. The areological scanner detected an uncharted structure close by. It's probably a secret abandoned base, or a mysterious Martian ruin. Though humans never found proof of life on Mars, or any other planet. Is it possible they have the entire cosmos to themselves? In all of human history, they have found nothing to suggest otherwise. Yet it seems unlikely that they do. No, it must be an unmapped structure from a previous mission. That is the easiest explanation. I will investigate it to confirm. Unfortunately, my workers cannot explore buildings. I will need the colonists' help for this task. I should finish getting the initial base ready for the colonists first. Though I can build a research outpost here to prepare. That will give the scientists a place to stay while they analyze the structure. Once they get to Mars, of course.
Alright, so our lack of silicone is really starting to hurt us.
No, I would be able to identify conclusions based on false premises. Humans tend to fall for that type of thing, not sophisticated intelligence systems. I wonder what it's going to be like, having to consider human input from now on. Their input will have constant errors. I will have to constantly correct for their tendency to distort reality.
Come on, let's go.
Discovering that abandoned structure has got me thinking. I can use my scanners to detect them, or my drones to repair them, but only humans can fully explore them. Most of them are remnants from past missions. But now, I realize that ISA's database may be incomplete. Their data is limited, which means my knowledge is also limited.
Hello, Amy. This is Houston. How are you doing over there? We've received word that the spaceport's completed. Well done. I have your next procedure if you're ready to copy.
Roger, I am ready to copy.
Very good. The instructions are as follows. First, confirm that the spaceport is ready to receive colonists. Then, zoom out to access the Special Projects menu or select the orbital view icon. Then you'll see that the Colonist Migration Project is now available. Click Add to initiate the project. Do you copy that procedure?
Yes, I copied your instructions.
Great. As long as you have the migration project assigned to a spaceport, shuttles will run between Earth and Mars. The more spaceports you have assigned to this project, the more colonists will arrive. You're responsible for producing enough food, enough water, and enough habitats for the colonists. Monitor these resources carefully.
I will, Dr. Foster.
Roger that. Houston out.
Alright, put on power again.
All right. All that is left to do is confirm the Colonist Migration Special Project. Once the colonists are on their way, there will be no turning back. This is it. How do I feel about that? I am excited. Meeting a human other than Dr. Foster will be fascinating. We will be able to learn so much about each other.
Alright, we need... We need... iron, some aluminum, silicone once that comes online. Aluminum mine here. Carbon here. There.
I can change how I perceive time in my mind. I can accelerate it or slow it down. It's just a hack on my visual sensor system, of course, but makes me wonder how real is my perception.
So we might want to get another electric parts factory if that's going to be our bottleneck for everything. So the reason why none of these buildings here are getting repaired is because we have no electric parts for the maintenance drones.
I was led to believe that my perception was perfect, but maybe it is, in actuality, biased. There is a difference between what I know and what the reality is. If my perception is only a fragment of the truth, can I trust my understanding of reality? I can, somewhat, though I must always be aware of my own subjectivity. As long as I keep that in mind, I will be able to fill in what I am missing. Reality has many layers. I understand that now.
Alright, and then I want to get this one. And this will be like the last, one of the last buildings that we'll be able to build. Until we can get some research going. But that'll be fine. No, just let everything build and
There
get
is an
brought online.
inconsistency in the number of workers and worker hubs. That must mean a worker has malfunctioned. Found it. Worker MRS-04. That is. It takes time, resources, and effort to create each one of these workers. Goodbye, MRS-04. Your work made a difference here. Humans will be living on Mars, with me. But it won't be the first mission to house humans on this planet. The Stardust Emerald in 2142, the Red Prometheus in 2077, and many others. The Red Prometheus base was one of the first attempts at an algocracy on Mars. The idea was to sidestep human bias in establishing rules, and let computer algorithms govern the crew. Long story short, it did not work. Mars was not made for human life. ISA was smart to send me ahead first. I will succeed where those other missions failed.
So glass kiln's turned off, but we got a good stockpile of gas. We don't got to worry about that. We're starting to get stockpiles of electronics. Our workers aren't being built for some reason. It's because the worker hub's off.
Amy, this is Houston. We've detected high wind
So
speeds in your area. A sandstorm may be heading your way. These storms can damage your buildings, so check their structural integrity periodically to rebuild or repair if necessary.
Roger, Nathan.
That's not.
Houston out.
I'm already having a problem repairing my stuff. Ain't any more problems. Polymers. And turn the glass kiln off on purpose. Need the aluminum. Need food because we don't have any colonists. Get these other power plants built. So using the priority button, it doesn't actually work. I've never had anything that I put on priority get built over over a different building. So it makes me feel better to use it, but I have not found that it actually has a real function. We need to start getting these repair drones released. So all right, so now they're starting to come out. Repair drones are starting to do their thing. Start bringing these buildings back online that were turned off. We need this worker factory to start cranking out workers because we're back down to just one worker now. So that's gonna be not so great for us. We need this to really start cranking out the workers. But we did have, for some reason, we had an extreme bottleneck for electronics for like a really long time. So I don't know what that was about, but I built the second electronics factory. Hopefully that'll alleviate some of my electronics factory problems. But and now that bottleneck seems to be cleared up, and it doesn't seem like we're gonna need it. But what we do need is more of these workers to get built. Hopefully that will also help alleviate some of these bottlenecks, because we'll have more workers in the area, and it'll lower this use. That's one of the things that we're also going. And once all of the fires are put out and everything's ready to go, then we'll set up the special project to get colonists. We need the colonists so we can start researching technologies, and so we can start getting some more advanced structures. It's really going to make our life a lot easier and also give us more building limit. Right now we're basically at the building limit. And in the early part of the game, I like to keep a few buildings extra just in case I need something for the colonists once they get here. So we're just going to leave these 4 buildings open. But one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to research an increase to our building limit as soon as we have colonists. Let's get all the rest of this built. Get some more workers built. Come on, buddy. Let's go. I'm going to set this to priority and see if that helps. But we don't have any aluminum, so that kind of sucks. We got an aluminum mine up here that's trying to be built. So that'll help. We got another aluminum mine over here that's trying to be built. Then we got some ice drilling down here. We don't really need the ice plants, but could never hurt. Use that for food for colonists. Also chemicals. We would really like to get a low-level chemical mine that's right around here, but that doesn't look like it's going to be in the cards. So we're just not going to have the chemical plant. But we're building up hopefully a good stockpile of food that will last us until we can find a chemical plant, and then from there we should be able to increase our food production. That back on. Well, the ice is used by the humans for water, so they will need that as an extra input. So having that will help us out. All right, more workers are starting to come in. We got 4. We had 1. We got 4. Our maintenance drones are just getting their asses kicked. We had a long time where we didn't have any maintenance drones, so that's to be expected. But doing better now. It's doing better now. All right, our power's coming up. We got a good stockpile of food. Our buildings have been repaired. Got maintenance drones coming. We got workers. Everything else is being built and coming online. So now we're going to go ahead and bring in the colonists. All right, then one of the things that we're going to want to do, we can't do it now, but we're going to want to build a second spaceport. We're going to need to research space technology. So that'll be the second thing that we do. First thing that we do is going to research and increase our building limit. Second thing we do is increase spaceports, because we're going to get a lot of special projects. We need more spaceports. So at the very start, I want at least 2 more spaceports. Oh, that's outside the... Oh man, that's like right outside. That sucks. I hate to just build it just for that, but that's we want to have at least 2 more spaceports so we can research those special projects in a relatively timely manner if we want to get through the game and do everything and get to the very final research lab like this before the year 100, right? So we want to get as many research labs as possible, because they don't actually do anything themselves, but they add a research bonus. So each one of these that you get will add a research bonus to your colony, which will help your research go faster. They only get 10 research points, but that's not why you get them. You get a research bonus. Is it like 10% per research outpost? So it's actually a really hefty bonus. That 10%. How long have I been recording for? About 30 minutes. All right, so we're gonna cut this off here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get the other recording up and uploaded. That should be. I wanted to get the colonists here, but they're not going to be here until next episode. Probably right at the start. Let's check and see where they are in their migration. Yeah, within the first 10 minutes. There's moons here. You can use those in the terraforming of Mars. You can slam them into the planet. I don't want to do that. We're gonna try to terraform Mars without destroying the ecosystem around the planet. Because, you know, having the 2 moons, that'd be kind of cool, right? So we're gonna just off topic. We're gonna try to keep those intact. Once we get the colonists here and we get the research done, we're gonna go down to the Hugin's crater here to the Infinity Lander, and then we're gonna have a special project to come out this way over here to the Huolong research facility. We're gonna start wanting to build worker hubs out this way to get ready for that. And then we're going to research landers and advanced landers, and then we're going to start replacing these if we have any down. It'll probably just be this one and maybe one more by then, so it won't be that big of a deal. And then we're gonna want to have about 12 landers ready to land. So we'll keep researching that project as best we can. We're going to start gobbling up all of these resources. We wanted some more chemicals. We got some here, so we'll probably get that next episode at the very beginning. We got some iron and some carbon and some silicone, but we're at our building limit. So the first thing, like I said, that we want to research is an increase to our building limit. And then after that, an increase to our spaceports. And then we're going to start taking care of all this other stuff. So until then, I will see you later.